Negative impact of changes after starting a house. Can slow the schedule down. Can slow the house down. Can move the closing if it's a big enough change. Little things like the refrigerator, not a big deal. It's a 2-day thing.
Mm-hmm.
I can get that. It's not going to stop my schedule. It's not going to stop the process. The brick or the stone or the carpet, things like that, things that have to be ordered, is what can slow the house down tremendously. We want to try and stay away from that as much as possible. Okay. They say that this is the last opportunity to make changes without the possibility of extra charge or restocking fee. That's basically what the negative impact is. It can delay the house.
The only changes that we anticipate is the addition of the vote. I think at this point we're talking about adding electrical and adding possible Cat 5 cabling,
Okay.
the extra telephone jack.
Right.
She was supposed to be checking on pricing on that.
Right.
And additional can light. I think that's the only things that we've been on the table.
Is there any,
and concrete.
Is there any way to, is that what we're doing today, is we're going to determine if they want the extra can lights, where the extra phones and stuff are going?
Well, my goal today is to take one of those blank floor plans
Right.
and make X's.
Right.
And video as I walk through something and talk with them the next couple of days.
Okay.
And we'll be able to respond to you. But I heard you say that you're planning on that at the end of the week.
Mm-hmm. Thursday, I've got it scheduled for Thursday. So.
Yeah. Bruce said that, if necessary, additional could be added pre-drywall.
Yeah.
So it's not like it's the end of the world, but we want to make it as
Right.
easy and as convenient as possible.
If they know it while they're in there and they're roughing the house to begin with,
It's faster, it's easier.
it's easier for them because if you add something after they get done, then they've got to go back. They got to pull some out and then they got to put it back. So it's a simpler thing if we know ahead of time.
No, I agree. But nobody's planning on changing colors or anything.
Right, that's fine. And I don't have a problem with some of the color changes if you need to do that, as long as it's not, as long as you don't come in and just do it and not ask me, hey, how close are we to ordering hardwood, carpet, tile, if we're going to change it. Possibility. If I've already ordered the carpet, we can't change the color. If I've already ordered it, no, because it's already coming in. So it usually takes 2 to 3 weeks for that stuff to come in, and they'll order it ahead of time. That way, when their date comes up for them to actually install, they have it here, and they don't have to wait 2 days, 3 days, whatever. Construction environment hazards. If you're going to come out, I would prefer, if you're going to come out to look at the house, I would prefer you do it on the weekends when usually there's not anybody working on the house. That way you don't take the chance of falling 2x4s, falling bricks, things like that.
The likelihood of me coming other than a weekend is pretty slim.
Yeah, so I figured that about the conversation we had earlier. I've kind of went over the inspection process as we've been doing this today. You know about the QA, which is what Stephen does before you do your PCO wall.
And PCO is the end process?
The closing.
Okay.
Homeowner wall. It's a closing wall. The punch list that you make.
Okay. But then the next time we're going to have a formal review is the pre-drywall?
Yes. And that'll be just before, actually the house will be insulated. And we'll go through that process at that point.
Another 3 weeks or so?
2 to 3 weeks, yes. 2 to 3 weeks. Actually, this should have already been done before the house was ever framed. But
well, it had already begun.
So, yeah. That's right, it was somebody else and y'all.
We took over.
Right. You got any questions about the sequence of the construction that's going on?
Well, that was something that that my folks had hoped to get, was kind of an order and sort of anticipated when things were going to happen.
Right.
I'm not sure when or why they need to know HV comes here and this comes here. I think that they probably wanted to know for purposes of knowing, well, when do we have to decide about sprinklers? When do we have to decide about electrical?
Okay.
Now, electrical's now, so we know that.
Okay,
But-
so, I mean, we've kind of been going over this and you're videotaping this, which is a good thing. So, I mean, they're going to watch this and they're going to see. Basically, right now, the house is framed and it has the shingles. They did the plumbing rough yesterday. And the HVAC, which is the heating and cooling, is coming. We're going to try to come today, but they may be down there working right now. I came straight here this morning. If they didn't do it today, they'll do it Monday.
Okay.
And then after that is the electrical. And once the electrical goes in, is when we start our inspection processes and the brick. Because in order for me to get a framing inspection on the house, it has to be 90% dried in.
Okay.
And dried in means windows and doors, roof, and the brick.
Windows come in after brick?
No, the windows come in before brick. The windows are going in Monday.
Oh, wow.
I can put the windows and doors in at any point after the roof gets on.
Okay.
After that, we get the framing inspection. They give us the okay to go ahead and insulate the house. We'll get an insulation inspection. They pass that. Then we stock it with drywall. Once we stock it with drywall and they actually hang the drywall and get it finished and get it ready to be painted, basically, the trim guys will come in and install the doors, the base, crown, case out the windows, all the trim work. The painters will come in at that point then and then paint the house with a prime. They caulk it, they prime it, fill all the nail holes and stuff, and put first coat. The cabinet guys will come in and put the cabinets in. The tile guys will come in and do their tile. Then you've got your countertops, your backsplashes and whatever you come in at that point. The way I do my houses when I'm running them, the last three things that I put in a house are the hardwood, the carpet, and the appliances. Because those are three things that are most likely to get damaged or stolen. So,
Alright.
basically in a nutshell, that's how the house runs.
Okay. Based on that, I'll find out from them, what, if any of those things are things they would like to have some estimated timing on.
Okay.
And that way, when that gets close or
Right.
whatever, then we can,
Okay.
because I'm not sure which of those things are important.
Right.
And where did landscaping come in that scheme of things?
Let's see, that's the thing. Usually when the stuff's rolling on the inside, I've got stuff rolling on the outside too. So they usually kind of run.
How about concrete? When's that going?
Concrete goes in immediately after drywall gets stocked in the house.
Okay, so
And they start
we
hanging.
should be prepared to give you answers on pads and things around the time of drywall
Right.
walkthrough.
Which should be the end of next week or maybe the week after. it's coming. And I say that because I can actually get inspections. They can actually follow boom, 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 be done, complete, and I can move on with the house. Sometimes they fail them. They'll find something that needs to be fixed, and we have to fix it. Well, the subcontractor has to fix it, and it's a 2-day process. If they inspect it today, I can't call it in to be re-inspected until the day after tomorrow. So there's a day layover in between. So there's usually three days that we built into the house for inspection purposes of delays. And that's just the pre-drywall orientation.
If they wanted to do this, is that possible?
I don't see a problem with that. I have seen people actually add to this section here, just make this
To give it a little bit more of this
right.
or of this?
Yeah,
Is there going to be a lip on it like I see there?
no,
Okay.
it shouldn't be.
Okay.
It
Is there a
shouldn't.
reason to have that?
The reason this slip is on this one here
Because of the drop off?
is because the way this is a basement house across the street, and to keep anybody from
Rolling off.
going into Publix parking lot
Okay.
or a neighbor's. Yeah, so.
Okay.